Kevin Hincks joins me. He's live at the CBOE. We always have our pre-bell playbook chat. Say that 3 times fast, Kevin Hincks. Futures are higher this morning. I feel like this week can be every moment could be a market moving event. Tell me a little bit about what's on your mind here.
Good morning, Nicole. Similar to last week, there doesn't seem to be a lot to get in the way of this market right now. But the minute we said that, Jerome Powell made some comments that put kind of a damper on the market. It looks like the market is resuming its upward movement in a week where we're going to end a quarter and begin a quarter at the same time. That brings, beginning of a month, will bring non-farm payroll data on Friday. That will be the number one data point of the week. Nike's earnings tomorrow after the bell are the only significant earnings this week. Then we enter that dead zone for a couple of weeks where we won't get any significant earnings. But Fed speakers are still going to grab headlines like they did last week. Christopher Waller speaking in Germany. That should come out soon, or if it hasn't already. Beth Hammack has already made some comments this morning saying we need to maintain a restrictive policy on rates. So there's that. I think that the looming government shutdown, now about 39 hours away, is something that might cause concern. Brinksmanship is something we experience a lot in the stock market, so we'll see how that plays out. You've got a private takeover so far this morning, so a lot going on here to start the week. With any week that we get unemployment and non-farm payrolls is a big week, Nicole.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, a lot of these things, I definitely see the up arrows today in the momentum, and the AI trade is back on. But if the government shutdown actually happens, what happens to the market? If the jobs pictures that you have ADP, you'll have claims, you'll have the weekly, on Friday, you'll have the monthly jobs report. If the government shuts down, you won't have the jobs report on Friday. I mean, I think that's an important thing too, right? The Bureau of Labor Statistics shuts down.
Certainly a chance for that, right? We're not sure what data we'll get or what data we won't get if the government shuts down in about 39 hours. So, yeah, there's a bit of uncertainty there. How does the market react? Now, historically, the market has gotten concerned, and then those concerns have been alleviated. There's a little bit more hyperbole going on with this shutdown, but we'll see how the market does. So far, with that, like I said, a day and a half away, market does not seem too concerned right now.
All right. The other thing is, you talked about some of the Fed speakers. Are we still on track for 2 cuts? And it certainly seems that way. That's what most people are expecting with the labor picture. Maybe there could be more cuts. Maybe it could be a 50 basis points if something happens.
We're getting a lot of Fed speakers this week, just like we did last week. And what amazes me, what really catches my attention, is how wide the opinions are on what we should do with rates. Beth Hammack making comments today that we need to stay restrictive. That differs from a lot of the Fed members that want 2 more cuts this year. Remember, 9 wanted 2 more cuts this year. One, Steve Myron, he wanted more than that. So I think there's just a lot of volatility in the Fed speakers. So slowly but surely, as they come out and make comments, that we'll start to get a clearer picture, or we may not get a clearer picture. But right now, the odds are still very high of an October rate cut. So we'll see how that plays out. Right now, remember, over the last month or so, rates have the 10-year yields come down from about 4.8 to where we sit now, 4.16 to start the week. So yields are lower, and that should give a tailwind to stocks. We'll see how it plays out. Like I said, a lot of Fed speakers this week, a lot of divergence in their opinions from top to bottom. It's pretty incredible, actually.
All right, we're getting ready for a busy one. I think pending home sales will be in there too. Kevin Hincks, thank you.